All right, let's talk about your brain. Ever feel like it's kind of working against you? Like it's hardwired for putting things off and for that little voice of self-doubt? Well, what if I told you that you're holding the actual blueprint to rewire it, to build a brain for success, for focus, for energy? That's exactly what we're going to break down right now. I mean, this is the real question, right? Can you genuinely change your own programming so you stop dreading the tough stuff, that big project, going to the gym, and instead you actually wake up excited to take on a challenge? Is that even possible?
Well, the answer, and this is backed by some pretty incredible science, is a huge, resounding yes. You are not stuck with the brain you have. Not at all. The best way to think about it is this. You are the architect. You've got the power to redesign your own mind. And as you're about to see, your entire reality.
So let's start with this foundational idea, because we're not just talking about tweaking a few bad habits here. We're talking about fundamentally changing the way you experience the world around you. And the magic word that makes it all possible is neuroplasticity. It's this amazing concept that basically says our brain isn't some fixed, hardwired computer. It's way more like a piece of clay. Every single thought you have, every habit you do, it's all physically sculpting your brain. And that means your past doesn't have to define your future. Okay, so where do we even begin this whole rewiring process? Well, the most critical, most important time of your entire day is that very first hour after you wake up. Seriously. This is your prime programming window. And what's really fascinating is how your brain wakes up. See, it's not like flipping a light switch. It's more like a car shifting gears. It moves through different brainwave states, from deep sleep all the way up to being fully awake. Now, when that blaring alarm clock goes off, it's like slamming your car from neutral straight into fifth gear. It just shocks your whole system, spikes your stress, and basically sets you up to just react all day long. A gradual, smooth wake-up is the real key. So, how do we really take advantage of this golden hour? Well, there's a simple but super powerful framework called movers. We start with M for meditation, just to quiet that reactive part of your mind. Then O for oxygenation, some deep breathing to wake up your body and brain. V is for visualization, where you mentally rehearse your ideal day. E is for exercise, to get those mood-boosting chemicals flowing. R is for reading something positive to prime your mind. And finally, S for scribing or journaling to get some real mental clarity. That's it, movers. And hey, if you're a little skeptical about a step like visualization, check this out. There was a study that took two groups of people. One group physically practiced playing the piano every day. The other group, they just imagined playing it. They mentally rehearsed it. And after 3 months, get this, the physical brain growth in both groups was almost identical. It turns out your brain really doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's actually real. Wild, right? Okay, to really take control, you've got to understand that there's kind of this civil war happening inside your head every single day. So let's meet the two sides. So on one side, you've got your reptilian brain. This is your ancient, automatic, survival-focused part. It is constantly scanning for threats, it's where self-doubt comes from, and it's always ready to hit the panic button for fight, flight, or freeze. But then, on the other side, you have your frontal cortex, your modern, evolved CEO brain. This is your command center. It's where logic, choice, and emotional control live. Now, here is the absolutely shocking part. Studies are suggesting that for most of us, that reactive, fearful reptilian brain is running the show up to 80% of the time. Think about that. We're living in this constant low-grade state of fight or flight, and then wondering why we can't seem to get ahead. So, the most important takeaway here is this. We have to stop being managed by our impulses and start managing them ourselves. And the key to the whole thing is to strengthen our CEO. So how do we actually do that? How do we train our CEO? Well, first is something called a day audit. It's just about becoming aware of when your reactive brain is taking over. Second, you intentionally practice being calm. Just 5 minutes a day with your eyes closed, or even walking barefoot on the grass can build your brain's capacity for calm. And third, there's this cool concept called neurobiotics, which is basically just simple exercises to break your normal routine. Like try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. It builds new, flexible pathways in your brain. All right, now let's connect all the dots. How does strengthening your CEO brain actually translate into achieving your biggest goals in life? Because here's the thing about success. It isn't some magical, mysterious force. It's not about luck. It's the direct and, predictable outcome of having a well-trained, well-regulated mind. It's a skill you literally build from the inside out.
I mean, think about it. What does success really require? You need resilience to bounce back from failure, right? Well, that's emotional regulation. That's a CEO brain job. You need creative problem solving. That's your CEO overriding old ways of thinking. Unwavering focus, the grit to just keep going, that is the very definition of a strong frontal cortex.
And that brings us right back to that one beautiful, empowering truth, neuroplasticity. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what your habits have been up until today, you have the proven scientific ability to start building a new brain right now.
So you're the architect, you've got the tools, you have the scientific blueprint to build a mind that serves you, that drives you, and that gets you excited for the future. The only question left is, what are you going to build?